So, I don't learn from my lessons, apparently. Hi, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope everything is cool, great, and dandy for you, and that you're having a good morning, evening, afternoon, or night whenever you stumble across this video. And what? I did this thing. I did it twice. Once, it was so good. The second time, not so good. And I'm doing it the third time because third time is a charm. So it's the charms, right? I was at a bookstore. And I found a book that I loved because of its cover, and it turned out to be a part of a series, and I made a video with it, reading the book and vlogging. I ended up loving everything about it. I ended up liking the series, and it was so surprising because I didn't expect it to be like that. It was magical, and I just didn't expect that, and I liked it. And then I did it again, but with the title. I bought a book because of its title, and it was Two Kinds of Truth, and I had literally the worst time reading that book in my entire. I've never had a worse time reading a goddamn book. I wanted to skip. I skipped, which is fucking blasphemous. I skipped. Anyways, I was at a bookstore with my brother, and he was just like, let me pick a book for you. And I was just like, bitch, no. And then he was like, fuck off. And I was just like, you know what? You fuck off. And then he was just like, I'm gonna pick a book, random, don't read it, just take it, pay for it, and go. And I was just like, funny, no. And we did that. Anyway, I know it's a famous author. Don't fucking hate me. I know it's a goddamn famous author. I'm just living under a goddamn rock, okay? And it is The Final Death Detail. It's The Final Detail, not Death. It's The Final Detail by Harlan Coben, and I know that Harlan Coben is a fucking well-known famous author. I know that. I've never read any of them. I just have not ever, for some reason, I don't know. And so yeah, it was just like, he took this one and I paid for it, and now I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna vlog it. I'm just gonna pop off and start reading this little bitch, and I really, really, really hope that it's good. And then yeah, I'll update you and I'll seek a point worth. So it's kind of happening again. I'm having flashbacks of that time with that book, and it's not looking good with this one. So I am 60 pages in, and I was gonna do an update at 50 or 100, and I couldn't reach 100. And then I was gonna do an update at 50, and then I reached 50, and it was not looking good at all, my dude. It was awful, and I was just like, oh my god, let me just give it 10 more pages. Just one more chapter, 2 more chapters, and let's see. This has to be salvaged. This is awful. It's not looking good. Oh my god, I still have so much. This is a strong, it's giving strong DNF me vibes. It's giving strong DNF me, skip me, skim me vibes, let me tell you. Oh my god, I have taken some notes so far. The 2 pro points that I found is, number 1, it's funny. Number 2, it's inclusive. But those 2 positive points get fucked in the goddamn asshole because every other negative point just disputes them. For example, I thought it was inclusive because it had like different races and different like colors and different the goddamn rainbow. It has different races, it had different sexualities, different genders, and blah blah blah. And then everyone was fucking bullied. Everyone is getting bullied. Why? I don't like it. It's bullying. I felt so bad. We have a character, a woman that's a big girl, and her name is Big Cindy. And we have an entire goddamn chapter dedicated to bullying Cindy. Dude, stop. It's just straight up fucking bullying, and I'm not even halfway through the goddamn book, and I already hate it. I hate the bullying aspect of it. It's so goddamn cringy, and it gives off rich white old dude vibes, and I hate it. Another thing I noticed is that it's hard to follow, and I'm not even like in this huge plot so far. Like, the mystery isn't gripping me. it's supposed to be a mystery and this huge case, and it's not gripping me, and it's like it's better than Two Kinds of Truth so far, but it's getting lower and lower. Also, I am lost. This is not to be read as a standalone, in my opinion. It's described like it's a part of a series. I know, and this is partly my fault. It is a part of the series, and that's obvious that it's a part of the series, and that's not like a hidden thing. But if you look up if you can read this as a standalone, and if you go on Goodreads and see the questions, you can read it as a standalone, but you can't, because every two like chapters or something, they mention something that happened in the previous books, and I don't know, like I'm just lost. And even the way it's laid out, it's a little hard to grip. Also, it's kind of incredible how boring it is. It's incredible how you can take like this police case, this mysterious thing, and get it so fucking boring. And when I was having fun, when I was not bored, I was being cringed out of my goddamn fucking skin because of the bullying aspect. I cannot intensify how much I hated that chapter. Oh my god. I am gonna give it more of a chance, I suppose. I mean, at least get to 100 pages and then decide. A lot of books start off slow and then build up. So yeah, and this is really, really like hyped up. So I'm gonna give it a chance, and I'll see you in either another update or me just like honestly just giving up and DNF in this bitch.
What an awful way to end this month. I wanted to end on a banger.
So I just finished The Final Detail by Harlan Coben, and it took forever. Most chapters I only stuck to dialogues, because that was the only thing that would actually get me through a chapter. I have so many points that I took throughout the book, and yeah, let's just talk about the book. So the vibe that it started with, it just kept with it. It was no ups, no downs, and the ups were so minuscule that it wasn't even fair to call them an up. And when there was an up, it immediately became a con because of what preceded it. For example, when something was funny, it became annoying to read and cringy because it transformed into like straight up bullying. It wasn't exciting. It started off as basically just being boring, and it not only kept that vibe of being boring, but it just went downhill after the first few chapters. It just wasn't exciting. This is supposed to be like a suspenseful thing. There are so many mystery books that will grip you, that you want to like swallow up every page until you figure out what happened. But with this one, it's exactly like, it's 100% the opposite of everything that I've ever read when it comes to mystery. It was not exciting whatsoever, to the point where when we get to the end, at 319 pages, we get to reveal who framed who. So basically there's this dude whose friend got into murder troubles and they were framed, she was framed. The entire story is us trying to like discover what the hell happened and who framed who, and if they are actually capable of murder, or if they didn't do it, then why, and why they're framed and stuff like that. And it takes this page until we get this page to get to the explanation of who framed who, and he says this is the bullshit that 300 pages have been building up to. For fuck's sake, like literally what the actual heck. So underwhelming. It's like incredible how underwhelming it actually felt to go through 400 goddamn pages and then to get into that point and like nothing is exciting. And throughout the book I did not care about anything or anyone, and this one says you can skip and you will literally miss nothing. Every time I would skim over a few things, you know, that thingy where you go with your eyes like that, and I'm just like, I'm not dissatisfied with the story or whatever is happening or with certain points. It's just like you can skip a few chapters and you will miss nothing. Nothing when it comes to the characters, nothing when it comes to the story, like just nothing. This kept giving off the energy of it trying a Bukowski thingy, like trying to be a Bukowski, and it didn't work whatsoever. Not only did it not work, but it went awful. It just gave that vibe of like that dry sense, like filthy dry sense of humor that we get while reading Bukowski, and it just didn't do it well. At the end of the day though, these were just my opinions, and mostly just not the genre, not the genre, because I do enjoy this kind of genre, just not the book for me, I suppose, or not the author for me. Or maybe they have other books that I might enjoy, but at the end of the day, these have been just my opinions on it and how it made me feel. Granted, it was awful, but yeah, it just was not the book for me. Let me get back to my smutty fae YAs. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, for liking, commenting, disliking, subscribing, or unsubscribing even. I appreciate everything. We just got to 200, and yeah, that felt really, really good. My ultimate goal so far for this year is to get to 500 by the end of the year, or at least as close to 500 by the end of the year as I can be, because I'll get the community tabs a week after we get to 500, which would be amazing, because my dream with this channel is to be able to have a community and to find my people. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, for being here, for interacting in any way, shape or form. Everything is greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next video. Hopefully it won't be as awful as this one, because this was awful.